Welcome back to the Retro Sports Gamer channel, and this is Late Night with Lumberjack Cracks. And for those of you that aren't familiar with how this channel works, my brother Tom is the one that actually runs this channel. He is the Retro Sports Gamer, and I am his younger brother, who he has given me the nickname, what I'm used to my whole life, being given random nicknames. I am Lumberjack Cracks, and this is Mario Kart Double Dash. He told me not to play this game unless I streamed other sports games before it. But you know what? This was a Christmas present from my brother, and I was really excited to receive this one because it was one of the games that I had to sell when I was a teenager and I really wanted an Xbox 360. So I sold a collection of Gamecube games that was probably like at least 20 deep, and I'm staring at the shelf right now and I only see probably like 6 games, and some of them I bought later on. So I lost a lot of the games that I liked, but I played them all to death, and the Gamecube was my system of choice. And I did not even ask for this game, but my brother got me this one for Christmas, and I am ecstatic to have it. And you know what? It's a sports game. Racing is sports. Racing is great. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play some Mario Kart Double Dash. I just got back from my brothers. We just streamed some requests from you, the viewers. And now I'm just gonna indulge myself because I went and got some more ciders, but I had one of these left. It was a 4-pack. I stopped at the local liquor store right before it closed, and I picked up some backups here. So I'm ready for the long haul tonight. I got 2 Towns Easy Squeezy on the back burner. I don't think I'm gonna get through all of those, but I just wanted some just in case you guys were watching. It's like 2:30 in the morning, so I don't expect people to really be watching. So when this game came out, I was really excited that you could pick 2 different characters, and my team was always Yoshi. Yoshi was the character that I would always pick, and then Diddy Kong I was really excited to see coming hot off of Rare, no longer having him in his own kart racer. He is now here where he belongs with his brother. I think Donkey Kong's his brother. Actually, I don't know. Are they just friends? That's weird. Anyway, Diddy Kong, I loved him. I love Donkey Kong Country. Love Diddy Kong. But these boys, I would just rock with them. And we're just definitely going to use the Yoshi cart. One thing that I didn't like about this game is it didn't have the standard carts, like the style of like that piping cart. But you know what? Sometimes you just have Yoshi's face as the cart that you're riding in. And we're gonna roll with the Mushroom Cup here. I'm gonna play 150cc, and my intention is to eventually beat this game on stream, and let's see if I can do it in my first try. All I gotta do is basically get first place in these 3 races right here. And I think this is the one where you have to tap to get the boost. And it looks like I was right. So this game controls a lot differently than the other Mario Karts. This one is a little bit more finicky, and it's a little sensitive to what you actually do. Luckily for me, I haven't been playing the other Mario Karts recently, so God, I don't remember how to drop single shells behind me. Fucking baby Mario, baby Luigi, one of them little shits just knocked me out with their special. But I got a fat banana to shove in your face. Being very aggressive here. Alright, let's get back in this race. They are giving me the power-ups I need to get back. It's a lot of what Mario Kart does. Mario Kart's a big game of rubber band. You almost don't even want to be in first place on the hardest difficulty because they are going to throw a blue shell at you. Oh, looks like Donkey Kong threw a fat banana down too. He's in second place. What a bastard. Doesn't look like I'm going to get first place here. This is a very short course. I'm not getting anything that I like. Oh, big fat banana, and we got third place. We can work with it, and it's the first race in Mario Kart Double Dash for me in a very long time. Fat War and Bowser Jr. taking the top of the pack, and Donkey Kong and Baby Mario above me. All right. I can live with that one. Third place is at least finishing, and at least has points. This is one of those courses that hasn't been in any of the later Mario Kart games. It feels really good to be on this one. I really like this one. It has that shortcut that you can decide to go to. And I'm actually wrong. In Mario Kart DS, this course isn't it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Or maybe I'm remembering a different one. Who knows? I'm going to stop talking. Why am I streaming right now? See, 3 people are watching. Nobody's chatting. I'd like to see your thoughts here on Mario Kart Double Dash. Very good game. A lot of nostalgia for this one. It was the first follow-up to Mario Kart 64, which is a phenomenal game, which is the first Mario Kart I ever played. It's just like double down with the concept. In the original Mario Kart, it added 4-player. In this Mario Kart, it added the ability to have 2 drivers. Then the DS one came out, and I felt like it was like the most competitive version of the game. It had online play. That was the thing that had. This actually technically had online play, but I never actually used it. You had to buy a modem to do that. And I really never heard of any of my friends of the era doing it. And we took first place in that one. Doing it right. And after that race, I am tied with Donkey Kong and Baby Mario. So all I have to do is keep it up, stay in first place. And Baby Park is the race that is going to fuck me over. 7 laps of a tiny little loop. Such a good race. I also hated this one in Mirror Cup. Because really it's just a fucking crapshoot. Just want to stay on the outside here. Getting that star a little too early into this race. Want to continue getting the double power-ups though, because this is just utter chaos. The Yoshi egg drops other power-ups and they stay on the course. And I just saw a star on the right side of the course, so I'm going to grab that. Lap 6. Wario and Baby Bowser in front of me. Let's see if I can get them at the last second. Hit a banana. Don't get past. Looks like I'm going to maintain my top spot. Things looking good. Rogue Gamer, first commenter on the Lumberjack Crack stream, says this is not a sports game. I'm telling Tom on you. And you probably weren't here for the beginning of the stream, but Tom told me not to stream this game first. He said you could stream Mario Kart Double Dash after you've streamed a couple other games, but just start with something that's actually sports. And racing sports. It's a competition. Fuck you. Competitions are sports. Fighting games are sports. Mario Party's not a sport. I was gonna say that was a sport. I have streamed Mario Kart DS in the past. That's a good game. It's really good. Talked about it already. I remember it had online play with the Wi-Fi, and one of the places you could go to by... Oh, I got sucked into that little quicksand buckle. One of the places that you could go to actually play online before you got the specific like Wi-Fi card that would accept the DS was McDonald's. And that weird partnership with Nintendo and McDonald's continued on into the 3DS, where you could do street passes with Nintendo, like employees or like celebrities, whatever they were trying to promote at the time, with a McDonald's. So, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm playing Mario Kart. Shut up. So this is the last race. I'm not doing too hot. Go right into that pokey. God, I might not even... Donkey Kong and Baby Mario are sitting at the top at the final lap. I'm in 6th place. Gotta come back from this one. Can't let them do it to me. And I'm letting it happen. I missed the double. Driving on the outside. The controls are so fucking finicky when it comes to not drifting. And I got a triple mushroom. Is that enough? Move into first place. I doubt it. Terrible, terrible race right there. Ugh, I'm gonna be lucky to get 3rd place after that one. I got 3rd place. An embarrassing turn of events. Let's watch the award ceremony. So the ceremony in this game is not nearly as good as the driving up to Peach's castle and then having a big ass blooper give you the trophy. But it drives around Delfino Plaza, and the big unlock to the end of this game is getting that gold champion cart. And I still just don't think it's good as a big blooper. I would rather ride around in a giant blooper. I went the wrong way here. What is up, Eli the Wolf? Thanks for tuning in. I wasn't finished after streaming with my brother, so I came home and decided to start streaming some Mario Kart Double Dash. I just got 3rd place in the Mushroom Cup, 150cc. Didn't do very well there. I'm gonna go with one of my other favorites, Koopa. And Koopa and Bowser Jr. is one that I would choose. Let me see what else. I would choose outside of Yoshi and Diddy Kong. Since I didn't do very well, let's see if I can turn it to positive here in the Flower Cup. If I remember correctly, this is actually my favorite cup in this game because I really like Mushroom Bridge. This was in one of the later Mario Kart games, and I cannot remember which one it was right now. But it is not an 8, and that is the most important one at this point. I want to say it was in the 3DS one, Mario Kart 7. Eli the Wolf is saying RC Cola. I enjoy myself some Royal Crown Cola. Some good stuff. So an interesting thing that they did in this game is Koopa and Paratroopa, they are the only ones that get the triple shell. That's their special. Stole a mushroom from the mushroom cart. Maybe I shouldn't be playing on 150cc right now. I should just be trying to unlock a special cup, star cup, sorry. Eli the Wolf says they don't sell Royal Crown here in New Jersey. That makes sense because if I remember correctly, and I think I might be wrong because I don't usually remember things correctly, Royal Crown is based out of Chicago. So it would make sense that you don't have Royal Crown soda. 2nd place, we're still doing better than last race in the first one. Oh, Eli said if I came to Chicago, I'd get myself a Royal Crown soda. So, because I didn't read that first one, that's exactly what he just confirmed. Anyway, yeah, so Royal Crown soda is really good. I really like it. But also, it was the thing that would show up at your friend's house that didn't get Coke or didn't get Pepsi. And it was like, let's buy Royal Crown because it's really cheap. It's so much cheaper. And as a soda connoisseur that I am, I don't ever buy Royal Crown because it's either I'm going to get Coke or I'm going to get Pepsi. And there are different reasons to get Coke or Pepsi. Coke has a stronger bite, and it's a little harsher, but it has a really good, authentic, original taste. And then Pepsi is basically a sweeter version of Coke. And then Royal Crown is somewhere in between the two. But at the same time, when you're drinking it, you're just like, this is kind of cheap. I feel like I'm cheating myself by drinking this. I feel like I could be getting better flavor. And if you're thinking that, you're probably right. I've missed every single power-up on this level. And Eli Wolf says, God, I wish to join the channel. I'm assuming you're talking about the Retro Sports League, and yeah, we would love to have you. If only you didn't live so far away. you could come to Demon Tap. Play some retro sports games with us. But you know what? We're not going anywhere. We love doing this. We're going to continue doing it. So, you know, whatever time it takes in your life, one day you might make it to Demon Tap, you might meet us, you might play some sports games with us. We got Angry Jay, who is one of the best NHL 94 players out there, who is coming to the Retro Sports League Championship all the way from California. Retro Sports League Championship is happening on January 4th at Demon Tap in Chicago. I just fucked up right there. Eli the Wolf says, imagine the three of us playing Here Comes the Pain. Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, you also just gotta imagine playing with 6 people in an elimination chamber in Here Comes the Pain. That's the real business right there. I don't think I've even actually done that. We've done the 5 players. We never had the adapter so that 6 people could play, because if you've got a 4-player adapter, plug it into the 2nd player slot, there's only 5 players available. We've definitely done that. And then there was that 3rd-party one that had 5 players on the multi-tap. And then Eli said, if I had enough money, I'd join the Midwest Furry Fest. I'd bring my memory card too. Yeah, man. Totally. And also, conventions are great. Should always try to check out ones. I've never been disappointed with any convention I've ever gone to. Many people to meet. Many fun things to be had. Alright. I forgot to check my standings there. This is one of those classic levels. This whole game is just like hardcore nostalgia for me. After I got the Gamecube, whenever family would come over, we would always gather around the Gamecube and play different Mario games, multiplayer. Mario is just one of those universal things that I think everybody loves. And just like Tecmo and my family, Mario was always there. But the difference is I'm the one that loves Mario more than my brother, and my brother is the loudest one, so that's why we play Tecmo Super Bowl on Christmas Eve. And I feel like if my brother heard me say that sentence, he'd laugh and be like, yeah, you're probably right. Because otherwise we'd probably have like a Mario Kart tournament, because I think everybody would enjoy a Mario Kart tournament. Tecmo Super Bowl, we just make everybody play. If you don't hit the right angle with this part, it doesn't really give you much of an advantage. And that was one of those times. Just fucked myself over. So the version of Here Comes the Pain, is it an original or a greatest hits? I bought that game, I'm pretty sure, close to the day it came out. I had a friend that had Just Bring It, which was the one that came right before that, if I'm remembering correctly. And wrestling was a huge thing in my life at the time. I had a TV in my room. I would watch SmackDown every Thursday. I was a little jealous of the people that had cable and that were able to watch Raw, but I was still happy with watching SmackDown. And yeah, I just wanted all the wrestling that I could have, and SmackDown games were great. And I remember playing no, it wasn't Just Bring It. There was one in between that. Just Bring It was the second one. I don't remember what the third one was called. But anyway, Shut your mouth. That's right. It was another Rock saying. Shut your mouth was the one that you could walk around in first person backstage. And then that was what the story mode was like. Also, notably had the return of the NWO. And I'm trying to remember what the GameCube one was called. And I'm pretty sure it was No Way Out. But I'm just remembering No Way Out was where the NWO finally came over to the WWF. I don't know. I've been drinking. It's fine. WrestleMania 18. You were right. That is what it was called. No Way Out was the pay-per-view that I cared about. I'm glad you're here to chat with me right now because I'm just going through my memories of things that are a little foggy. Well, I have a little bit too much to drink. I bought a whole six-pack beyond the one that I'm about to finish, and I think it's kind of funny at this point. And then Eli's saying I like Day of Reckoning 1 and 2. I only played the first Day of Reckoning. There was a presentation change from Day of Reckoning and WrestleMania 18, which I really liked in WrestleMania 18, the fact that they had all the characters set up like it was a fighting game, where it was all on a grid, and that's how you chose your wrestler. There wasn't a lot of story to be had in that game, but it was still fantastic. And at the time that I bought the game, I was still thinking that like Nintendo made the wrestling games, and that's why the wrestling game on the Nintendo console was going to be as good as No Mercy. And for my memory, I'm just like, yeah, it was great. But I remember with Day of Reckoning, they really tried to push its story mode, and I wasn't super into that at the time because I was just like, I just want to wrestle. So that was a game that I only rented, and when I rented it, I was like, okay, I don't want to buy this. But the way that I feel about it now is it's something I want to explore, and honestly, it's something that I'm going to do on Late Night with Lumberjack Cracks, which you're watching right now, in the future. There's a bunch of things that I want to do, though. One I've been holding off on for a while is I want to play through the entirety of Tony Hawk Underground. And the only reason I haven't done that yet is because the PS2 that I have is being fixed by my cousin Jace, who was on the Christmas Eve tournament in the first game that played against my girlfriend and lost in her first game ever after only playing the game for 10 minutes before that. Eli the Wolf says WrestleMania. I can't do Roman numerals right now. WrestleMania 19 was meh, but I like WrestleMania 18 arcade, like soundtrack. I don't remember the soundtrack very well right now. Am I gonna get? I got third place again. Wow. Drunk Matt is just a solid third place champion here on 150cc. If I had the opportunity to take my Here Comes the Pain back from my brother, I would totally run through the season mode of Here Comes the Pain again. But I would still need that PS2 memory card. Eli the Wolf said, it sounded like a Sega Naomi arcade on the cartridge. Gotcha. I mean, that makes sense. The hardware that the GameCube actually ran off of was a combination between Nintendo, Sega, and I don't think it was the GameCube, but it was the arcade consoles that came out after that. It was a partnership between Sega and Namco. They made the Triforce board. That the only one that I can think of, they made the Mario Kart arcade game, the original, on the Triforce board, and I believe it was the they might have done an F-Zero game on the Triforce board as well. There's way too much video game knowledge in my brain. It's just like floating around. Podcasts, just research that I've done to become an authority by talking about it while I'm streaming. After having a few bevs, you know? Because it looked like it would fit for the Triforce arcade board. And imagine if it was a real arcade game, though, for WrestleMania 18. And honestly, that totally makes sense. It probably was intended that way at some point. And because that was literally like the era that arcades were truly dying. And like, mostly the only thing that was still popular was DDR. Because people that play DDR want to play on a $10,000 machine and not what they can afford for home use. And I mean, it's not until later that I feel like the arcade is kind of coming back in a way. And I also don't feel like the general consumer is realizing that the arcade is coming back. Raw Thrills is doing a really good job at making games again. They're bringing back a lot of the things that we've played when we were younger, like Rampage is one of them. They made it with the new movie license, which is not a horrible game. They also did Cruisin'. They made a new one for that. I didn't love it, but it's still a good game. And then they made a new Ninja Turtles game. The only issue that I have with all of those games is they are not very generous with how many lives you get from how much you're spending on each play of the game. Eli the Wolf says, should I make a mock-up version of what the arcade versions of WrestleMania 18 would look like? And I mean, I don't see a reason why you shouldn't do that. If it's something that you feel passionate about and something you want to work on, spend time on, why not? You should definitely do this. Go for it. So, Mushroom City is a level. This is probably my favorite level in the entire game. I remember at one point in my life thinking, I should export this map and I want to make a Grand Theft Auto Mario game based off of this map. And it's not a very elaborate map, but in my head I was like, no, Mushroom City is the amazing. Like, I want to explore Mushroom City. And it wasn't until Mario Odyssey where we got to go around New Donk City, but I don't feel like it's as expansive as this, because really a highway system dwarfs the feeling of a city. And that's what this is. It's just like, alright, you're gonna drive around a highway system of a city. And if it was done the way that my child brain thought, it'd be so much better. Imagination's a very strong thing, my friends. I'm really hoping if I get third place in this race that I'll unlock the Special Cup or the Star Cup. I don't remember what it's called in this one. Because I would like to play through at least all the maps in the game before I end the stream or jump it over to a Super Nintendo or an NES game. Just a thought for you, Eli the Wolf, since you're the only one commenting. I see other people are watching, but if you want to see me watch or play a NES game or a Super Nintendo game after I conclude playing Mario Kart, I can honor any of those requests. I am playing on a Wii that has the ability to play any NES or Super Nintendo game. So just let me know if that's something that you want, and I will honor that. 5th place. I might not even make it to 3rd. Third place is being held right now by Mario and Baby Luigi. Only 2 points higher than where I'm at, but I'm being a pathetic case right now. Can't say I blame myself, but it's still embarrassing. Alright, Yoshi's Circuit. The map that's just shaped like Yoshi. How they decided that this was a good idea for a course, I don't know, but I love it. This one does show up in Mario Kart 8. There's just so much drifting to be had in this race. Let's give an honest effort. I guess I don't really have to super try until the 3rd lap, because that's how Mario Kart works. Eli the Wolf says, also the ranking theme would be... I'm sorry, I'm driving. I'm trying to make a shortcut. I will finish reading that comment after the star ends, or the race, depending on how well I'm doing. So I'm gonna keep driving. Fuck. Fuck. See everybody in front of me. Let's slap one of those into them. Give me mushrooms, and I can't use them for shortcuts. You bastards. No! I was just mounting my comeback. Don't you see I'm trying to get 3rd place? I'm striving for mediocrity, damn it. Alright. Eli the Wolf says, just have to insert coin on the title screen and a ranking screen along with the timer too. What if the Tri-First version of WWF WrestleMania? That would be awesome. I would love to see it. And then Eli continues with, also, the ranking theme would be the options theme from the game for the arcade version. I don't remember what that sounds like, but I'm going to take your word for it. hope that it was something that would be good. It honestly has been like 15 years since I played that game. How did you come across that game? Because I know you're running like 10 years younger than I am. So I think about the time that game came out, I was in middle school, I want to say. Alright, if I win this race, I can secure my place, get third place, and hopefully unlock the final cup in this game. This is my favorite race in this cup. I just keep saying everything's my favorite, though. This one shows up in, I think, Mario Kart DS. And I want to say that it shows up again after that, but I could be lying. This is a very good race. And honestly, should be in every Mario Kart from here on out. Your friend has it. But then the question is, what draws you towards these games? What makes you want to play a GameCube game rather than a WWE 2K game that has come out more recently? And I mean, honestly, I can tell you that the WWE 2K games suck ass. I don't think they're fun. They're simulation garbage and no longer arcade games, which I think the Aki wrestling games were. They were more arcadey. The only thing that they weren't arcadian is their length. The matches could go on for hours, but they were fun with quick pick up and play gameplay. But they weren't trying to steal quarters because they were a console game. But in spirit versus a simulation style game, they are definitely more in the arcade. Trying to read and drive into bananas. Oh god, no! This bridge! Fuck this bridge! Oh, it's over. Let's see if I still get third. I just find it less buggy and they were more polished. Actually finished games. And that's basically what I was getting at. The 2K games are also really buggy. The current one that came out, I heard, is the buggiest of all of them. I got 5th place in the final race. Let's just hope that they give me... Now try for a trophy. Damn, they sent me this start screen like a fucking plebeian. Ugh. Still haven't finished this thing. Rough. Last 2K game that was good was 2K18. I can't remember which one it was, but at one point PS4 gave you a free one, and that was the one that had Stone Cold Steve Austin on it. I think it was 18, and I remember trying to play it and hoping that it played like at least the SmackDown games, and it disappointed me. It was 2K16 with Stone Cold. Okay. Yeah, it's been a while then, but I tried playing with Stone Cold, and really just did not do wrestling justice. It did not make me think the experience I had was fun. It didn't even really justify playing the game. The only thing I enjoyed was watching the wrestlers come to the ring, and then I got in the ring and I'm like, this I'm basically doing like kicking meters for whenever there would be a submission move or whatnot. It's just not a fun way to play a wrestling game. So I don't remember what the win conditions are to unlock the Special Cup. So we're just gonna do this one more time here on the Star Cup, see if I get third place and unlock the next one. And if it doesn't unlock the next one, I am gonna call it quits for tonight. But I decided to go with the Internet's Champions for this one, even though I hate driving with heavy racers. Waluigi and Wario. This is the embodiment of the Internet right here. Fat War and Waluigi. They do have the bomb power-up, which is a fun one. I'm getting fucking beasted by the environment right now. I am so close to just fucking rage quitting. You can't even tell. But it's Mario Kart. It doesn't even matter how bad you're doing. They'll just fucking drive you to the front. That's after this game, though. The bullet bill was introduced in Mario Kart DS. Eli says, I was going to upload a video of me dancing the Madden 01's N64 theme, though. I mean, that would be pretty funny. So this is a controversial opinion, but I'm going to give it anyway. There are a lot of people that are upset, mostly from the internet, that Waluigi is not a character in Smash. But I don't think he deserves it. I'm glad the Piranha Plant was chosen instead of him. That's more interesting. That's more fun. That's original. Fuck Waluigi. He doesn't really do anything interesting. Eli says it was the exhibit song, but it was shortened due to compression on the cartridge. I want Crystal in Smash. She is my girlfriend. Yes, I think Crystal would be interesting. I never played Star Fox Adventure. It was one of those games that I had seen in magazines, and I was like, I want to play this game. It looks really cool. And I just never got around to getting it because the Star Fox games in the past just never had done it for me. I played 64 a little bit when I was younger, and I honestly just didn't understand how to control the spaceship. I didn't understand how to control within an X, Y, and Z axis in its true form. And yeah, Star Fox just was never the thing for me. And then as time went on, I realized after Donkey Kong Country, Rare didn't really make things that interest me. Like Donkey Kong Country, the original, is so fucking good to me, but I think it just hit me at a time that I think it should be good. And the music is great. I recently posted on the Discord channel a decompressed version of Donkey Kong Country in the music channel for the soundtrack of the game. And it is fantastic. It like literally runs chills up my spine. I freaking love it. But then, like, Banjo-Kazooie is just not something that I feel any nostalgia for. And I know people love it. It's just not for me. And then Star Fox Adventure was the next thing after that that I can think of other than Perfect Dark, which was for me. I mean, Perfect Dark is probably one of my favorite games. I mean, I just want to play Perfect Dark now. And I just looked over at my Xbox 360. It's not plugged in. Just looking sad. Asking for me to play Perfect Dark on 360. Sad. Anyway. And then Eli goes on to say that Crystal is my girlfriend. She's hot to me though. I mean, she's pretty banging. She's got it going on. He says my original hockey team is the North Star Foxes, or just the Star Foxes. Star Fox is such a fantastic name. I mean, if you think about powerful names, just Star and then Fox. Fox ends with that like K sound. K is really good punchline sound for jokes, but like Star is very cosmic and whatever, and then you take that and you just Fox, and it sounds like fuck. Man, I'm drunk. This is more hearkening back to original Late Night with Lumberjack Cracks, where honestly this is what I would do. I would just get hammered and I would play through a couple games, and I'd usually end on a Tony Hawk game, and I would ramble about Tony Hawk for a few hours. And DJ Hollister, he's not watching right now, but he would talk about Tony Hawk came to his hometown, because that's where Tony Hawk was from, and he opened up a skate park. And more recently he told me about how Tony Hawk was coming back to his town. I really want to hear a follow-up to that. So DJ Hollister, I know you're not watching, but if you are watching and you somehow made it to this part of the video, please leave a comment. Tell me about Tony Hawk and how he was when he followed up your hometown there. That'd be cool. Islanders type jerseys or the Oilers with Star Foxes. What are the colors of the spaceship? That's what I want. Colors of the spaceship. So I've only really eaten mac and cheese today at work. So it's rough. You have some beverages. White styled Oilers jerseys with copper. That sounds cool. I could dig it. Me personally, I really like the Tron aesthetic. So if you get some black with light blue, that shit's hot for me. I need something that took like 100 Asian ladies multiple days to hand paint. That's what I'm all about. Just fucking stole 3 mushrooms after getting a star. It's pretty good. It's high quality. One thing that is funny about the Yoshi theme in always this one hit in here that it's like ba 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 McDonald's. Nobody else is gonna know what I'm talking about, but I swear it's advertising McDonald's in the middle of the shit. Eli says maybe Toronto 2. The gold horn would be an old Meadowlands devil horn. I am trying to process those words and make sense of them, but I think I understand what you're saying. I am getting dominated right here in Yoshi's Circuit, and I finally have cracked into my second beverage, the 6-pack that I went to go buy at the liquor store. 2 Towns cider. Easy squeezy. It's a raspberry lemonade cider. Ooh, that is good. Ooh. Damn. 2 Towns never seems to disappoint me as far as ciders go. That's like just cracking into a really good lemonade. And the gold song is great. Fox Rock Craft 400. The only Kurt Craft 400 song I can remember is Zombie Nation, which is a fucking fantastic song. So if it's anything like that, I dig it. So coming from a modern perspective, looking at Wario's hat, you can just see the polygonal look of his hat and how models are not as smooth as they may appear. Definitely need refinement. It's like, this definitely does look like the next step from N64. And Ethan Wolf says, is that a song? Yes, it is. I would sing it to you, but that would make me seem like a fool. Look up Zombie Nation on YouTube. It has a thing that reminds me of the Florida State fight song in the song. So if you find that, you will know what I'm talking about. Fat War just kicked somebody off a bridge. Sick bastard. And Eli says, I know that song. Sweet. I love that song. Oh, that's the one you're talking about. Great. Yeah. Well, just fucking rock the Zombie Nation whenever you score a goal then. What's up, Teddy Belcher, 4K, ultra wide, 21:9. Is this left-handed Mario Kart? What does that mean? This Mario Kart's different than the rest of them, I would say, if that's what you're talking about. This one is definitely the outlier of the entire series, I would say. It doesn't control the same as any of the other Mario Karts. Like, I'm so much better in any one that has come after this. And, man, I'm playing like dog shit. I'm in 7th place. And it's asking me to try for a trophy, and I ain't trying for shit, Mario Kart. Eli Cross Crystal. Seems like a fan fiction you could write. Alright, so, So Eli or Teddy, is there a NES or a Super Nintendo game that you would like to see me play right now? I could play any Super Nintendo or NES game on the stream. Just let me know what it is. I am going to go run to use the bathroom really quick, come back down, decide out of the games that you have suggested which one I would like to play, and then we'll go from there. Be right back. Watch the demo of Mario Kart Double Dash. Alright, I've returned from the bathroom. Very exciting. And it looks like NBA Jam or an NHL 96. I personally don't really care for the NHL games on the Super Nintendo, so we're going to go with NBA Jam. Teddy Belcher is saying Sim City. I'm sorry, Eli. I know you responded first, but kind of want to play Sim City. Gotta reset the Wii here. Eli says, oh God. I'm sure I won't have the attention span to continue playing SimCity. But I would love to start with that one and then move to playing NBA Jam. So if you're fine with waiting for me to get the NBA Jam, that's what I'm going to do. Damn, that cider is so good. What did I click on? Alright, we're going to figure out what I clicked on first. Oh, this is pretty Japanese. What the fuck is this? In an unexpected storm, the ship is having tremendous difficulties. The large waves are engulfing the luxurious cruise ship, Lady Crescentia, and it's beginning to tremble from stress. The date is September 13th. The time is 7:11 p.m. Make a wish. And the captain reports in the ship's log that there is severity that the severity of the storm causes him to lose control of the ship. This is to be the largest passenger shipwreck to date. There are a reported 2,300 passengers aboard. The voyage will turn from ecstasy to catastrophe. The ship is in total chaos. The passengers and crew alike begin to panic as they near the grip of death. Now, the real tragedy begins. Eli the Wolf says, SOS, this is the NBA Jam of 1912. The arena is the ship. What the fuck is this game? How do you know what this is? I'm sorry, Teddy, if you're still watching, which I don't know if you are because I just saw that I lost a viewer. I'm gonna look through this game really quick. I know my horrible drunken voice acting probably wasn't enough to keep you going. Alright, this is a little bit too slow for me. We're gonna go back. I'm sorry. We have to go back. Teddy, if you're still there, we're going to Sim City. Alright. I did not have the patience for that. Eli says, the fuck is this? Alright, we're on Sim City. Let's see how long I can tolerate playing this. We're gonna start a new city. Ooh, maybe I should have went to scenario. We don't have time to start a whole new city. Obviously, Tokyo Monster Attack. That's what we're doing. Tokyo Monster Attack. Bowser, King of the Koopas, is looking for his arch rivals Mario and Luigi, leaving no building unturned. Bowser's will wander aimlessly through your city, knocking down planes, smashing through ships, and leaving a path of destruction behind him. Contained the fires he has set, repaired the damage as quickly as possible before he decides to come back. You have 5 years to accomplish this task. Damn, I got a lot of time. Alright. I don't know anything about how to play this version of the game. I have played the shit out of this when I was in school, when I was a kid. It looks like we need power, I want to say. The scenario sucks. Where's Bowser? We need a football stadium. This is the Retro Sports Gamer channel. Smack. No. No, you don't want that? Oh, we already got one. It's right here. Damn. Oh, there's another stadium. Alright, fuck this game. I don't have the patience for it. NBA Jam it is. Alright, Eli. I probably already know the answer to this question, but what teams would you like to see? NBA Jam. Uru. Alright, I'll play as the Timberwolves. Who do you want to see the Timberwolves play against? Oh, right. I can't choose. I'm playing against the computer. I am the Timberwolves.
Welcome to NBA Jam!
I don't think I can choose that, but if I can, I will. It's now 3:20 a.m. and we have one person watching and one person commenting, and it is Eli the Wolf. I appreciate you for sticking around. Where the fuck is Minnesota? There it is. I didn't turn on tag mode, so
Showtime.
this is what we're gonna do. And as always, we always play against the Mavericks, because that's how this game works.
Yeah.
Fuck is shoot?
Yeah.
Oh, right, I have to change the controls. Alright, I'm gonna have to remember everything is the opposite than what I'm used to.
It's good.
Timberwolves is me. I understand why. Hopefully I can do the Timberwolves justice for you. So far, so good. Playing against the Dallas Mavericks. Probably won't have much trouble getting through them. They are not very good in this game.
It's good. Yeah. Yeah.
The only problem with this game is I just don't have as much to say about it as I had with Mario Kart Double Dash.
Stolen.
I could announce what's happening, but it's just... Dude pushes dude. Dude slams the ball home.
Slams it.
If Fox and Chris were in NBA Jam, wouldn't that be something? Nintendo characters in a sports game that was
At the buzzer.
as good as NBA Jam. The unfortunate thing is the basketball games that were ever made for Nintendo games were not nearly as good as this one. Sitting over to the left of me is NBA Street, which does feature the Mario Brothers and Peach on a team. And that is a good game, but it's still not as good as NBA Jam.
The rebound. 2 points.
Layup.
Yeah.
Clearing dudes out.
Heating up. Count it. The rebound.
Man, YouTube is struggling. For a second it said I had no one watching, then I had 4 people watching.
Razzle dazzle.
All the other people watching, how about you drop a line in the chat? Tell me what you're thinking. If you give me a game that's interesting enough, I will play it after this. If I make it through the rest of this NBA Jam game and I don't see something that I would like to play, I'm going to bed. So, give me a reason to not go to bed. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I could play all night. You just got to entertain me. You're watching me to entertain you, but I also want to be entertained by your suggestions. Eli says, but if I were to get a girlfriend, her persona was Crystal. I can make a channel based on us playing games. You could. And there'd definitely be a following out there, because you're not the first person that I've heard that has been interested in those two characters. Could hear a change in the emulation of this game where it only, instead of going bop 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 bop, it only went bop bop. That's one thing that's dropped in the emulation here for the Super Nintendo for this game. Oh, come on. Eli. She might have a name that she also wants to share too. That's not fair. Or we're gonna throw West in there. Drop some threes. Eli says, yeah, I know. Just saying. It's important, man.
Stolen. Slam bang.
I really don't want to lose this game. That's why I'm not saying anything right now. And the Mavericks are beating me right now. And it's kind of embarrassing. How much shit I've talked about how good I'm at this game and how I've literally done well in tournaments in this game, and I just can't make it happen right now.
Stolen.
Eli, that's what relationships are about. You just gotta find the right one. You gotta find somebody that likes what you like, or somebody that you can tolerate to spend the rest of your life with. That's what it comes down to. Or you could just stay single and be happy. Don't have to answer to anybody. That's fun. Still down on Dallas. Third quarter is about to end. Dallas goes up on me by 3. Fucking Ryder's not doing shit for me. The buttons are backwards, but it still bothers me because it's only like, remember one way or the other. Yeah, you know, that's the rough part, Eli. That's the rough part. The right one wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it to you. Alright, we're going to roll with Leitner and West. Hopefully they get us to a win. I'm thinking after this game, I'm good.
Heating up. For 2. He's on fire. Score.
It's up, it's good.
For 2.
Eli says, I guess this mystery girl would be great. You know, fantasy is usually better than reality. It's one of the hard things that I've come to accept every year that I gain. But sometimes you gotta try your best to make reality better than your fantasies. And it's not easy, and it requires a lot of work. But really, if you actually tried and found the opportunities to make it that way, it probably could be better than your fantasies. Things that you didn't even imagine could happen. Was that optimistic coming out? An optimism thing coming out of my mouth? Because that's shocking. Optimistic words. Hard. I'm going to lose to the Mavericks, which definitely says that I should end the stream after this game. This is an embarrassing moment in my NBA Jam career. And I am not looking to make it look any worse.
Rejected. Mavericks win the game.
Next year you'll be going to college. College is a good time. There's plenty of life to be had going into college. A lot of experience to happen. And one experience that I'm gonna put myself into. You want Give and Go? Damn it. I was gonna play Streets of Rage 2. How about I play Streets of Rage 2 for a second, and then I go to Give and Go. Alright, so the goal here is to go as long as I can without dying on one life. As soon as I die on one life, then we go to Give and Go. Alright, don't press Y. Except I didn't. I wasted so much life pressing Y for a special attack. So forward. Eli is totally okay with me going to Streets of Rage. I love this game. There's not a lot to be said about that right now. Because I literally am just playing this because I recently just bought River City Girls. And my love of beat-em-ups really started here and Ninja Turtles. And I think they're both fantastic games. And the only game that did justice to beat-em-ups after that was the Scott Pilgrim game, which is a series that I completely adore and I love. And it is very unfortunate that that game is completely unavailable to purchase for anybody unless they have already bought it. Luckily for me, I have bought the game and all the DLC for it, so I'm not complaining too much. There is a Streets of Rage 4 coming out soon, sometime this year. Very excited about that. Hopefully Tom and I will play that on the stream. I think we've, in the past, the distant past, probably like 4 years ago, we played this game on stream. Or not even stream, I think it was when we did our Play It podcast. We played this game. Which was basically a Let's Play, but gave us an opportunity to play games that weren't sports games. It was an old concept that I wish we could revisit, but, you know, we stick to the niche that we're at, and we do it. And I sneak in playing this game when I want to. I'm gonna go get this turkey, because otherwise I'm gonna die. So, Eli, I want you to think about it. Give and Go will be my last game. If you want Give and Go to be my last game that I will play for tonight, then that's what I'll pick. But if you want something else, let me know. I will play anything that's on the Super Nintendo or the NES. That is what this free play section is for. Just taking requests and playing them. I don't think I can die on this first level. This game just wants me to keep playing. Feels so wrong playing this game with the Super Nintendo controller. I'm using the SNES Mini controller connected to the Wiimote, which is great under normal circumstances. When you're playing a Sega game, it feels weird. Don't like it. Most recently bought a 8-button controller done by Retrobit, which plays on the Switch flawlessly and is honestly the best way to play any retro game, because the D-pad just seems to have a response time that's a lot better than any other D-pad that I've played with on the Switch. So I'd recommend the 8-button Genesis controller, which didn't exist in the past because it was a 6-button, but they had shoulder buttons to modernize it. Put the mode button down in the middle instead of up on the shoulder. Great controller. So I would be doing my special move more, but it's really annoying to keep pressing forward for anybody that's watching, so I'm avoiding that. But that's how you win this shit. You just fucking do that spinning move over and over again. Alright, after this level, I'm going to switch over to NBA Give and Go because I don't really want to stay up that much longer. And depending on how much I enjoy actually playing NBA Give and Go will determine whether or not I end the stream prematurely. Oh, I didn't meet my requirement, so now I'm just going to fucking... Fuck, I didn't even know that was a thing. I've always pressed forward. Anyway, I'm gonna go to NBA Give and Go. Give and Go. And, yeah. What team do you want me to use in NBA Give and Go? I'm assuming the Timberwolves, but I could be wrong. Oh, God. What have I done? There it is. All right, the Timberwolves it is. Konami.
NBA, give and go.
I have played this game before, and I don't remember anything about it. Mode select, we're always going with arcade. That's me. The fuck? Well, it starts in the playoffs, and apparently the Minnesota Timberwolves were the #1 seed. And that's who we're going with. And we're just going to play against Phoenix. Look at this Mode 7 shit going on here.
Playoff. First round. Game starts with the tip.
I hate this presentation. Okay. I mean, this is impressive for the time that this game came out.
Way to go.
And literally these models, sprites, or whatever you want to call them, look like they're 3D. It looks good. I just don't like playing games in non-broadcast format.
Oh, power dunk. Good.
What is it about Toronto? I mean, I love Toronto, but it's probably for very different reasons than you have.
Shot. Make the jumper. Open J. Yeah, basket.
Yes.
Fire and tomahawk.
Good.
Watch the break. Jump shot.
So Eli, let me ask you, NBA Give and Go, why this suggestion? Do you like this game? I can give you my opinions about it. And honestly, I think just from a quick starting to play it, it definitely plays well. It's very smooth. It's not a bad game. Just by basic presentation style, it doesn't do it for me, which makes me not want to play it. And presentation is a lot of the battle for games. Eli says, I love this game a lot.
Shot. Oh, rims it out.
I mean, it's definitely a good game, like what I'm saying. But just because it's not broadcasted, it makes me feel weird.
From downtown.
That doesn't mean it's a bad game. Definitely the pacing is a lot better than a lot of simulation sports games, and honestly, it has a very arcade feel to it. But I almost feel like, in some way, I start using the words arcade feel to mean good. And good means good video game. Like, it plays like it should be a good experience to play it as a video game, and rather than just trying to emulate a sport. Alright. First quarter's over. I am getting freaking tired. I might stop it at the half. It's 3:45 now. I've been streaming for an hour and 35. Plus what I did with Tom earlier. So I think I'm going to play it to half, and I think I am going to go to bed. Eli says, so you wouldn't mind if I went to Chicago and joined you guys in my fursuit? Me personally, I would not care. I think that would be something that would be interesting to put on the channel. I am not opposed to that. I cannot speak for my brother, who is the channel holder. I don't think he would care, but I can't speak for him. I think he would be cool with it, though. He's always been a very accepting person. Damn, the fucking Konami music in this game. They just know how to do their drums so well. That hit that just happened reminded me so much of playing Turtles in Time.
Oh, rebound.
So good.
Up in the air.
But yeah, Eli, we always want people to come out and enjoy retro sports games as much as we do.
Jump shot. Way to go. Oh, power dunk. Good, good.
And that's basically why we're Retro Sports Gaming Championship coming up on January 4th. It's a free tournament. And the winner gets $300, and that's basically all the ad revenue that came from the entire year of streaming here on the channel. And we're just going to give it to whoever wins that tournament, which could be any of the viewers that are watching. Which would be awesome if it was actually somebody that watches, not just somebody that comes for the comes on Monday night. But you know, I think DPS is probably going to win this year. Eli says, I would playing Madden 2005 in fursuit with Tom and LJC. Yeah, man. It'd be a good time. Why not? Alright, this game's going by fast enough where I think I'm going to finish the whole thing, and then I will go to sleep. It's only been like 4 minutes. It's only 2-minute quarters.
Open J. Make the jumper.
I'm only down by 6.
Watch the break. Shot. Doesn't get it. Rebound. Hey, that's too far.
Took a full court shot on accident.
Doesn't get it. Rebound. Takes it in. Tomahawk. Good. Hey, that's too
Damn it.
far. Oh, rims it out. Rebound.
I don't know how I'm doing this at the end of this game, and not at the beginning.
Fire and power dunk. Jam. Shoot. Block shot.
If this game was on my Switch, I might actually play where I left off from my Super Metroid save that I've been playing on. Channel mascot. I mean, every sport's got their mascot, right?
Fire and tomahawk. Nice shot.
That was one thing that I always loved about sports, is they had their big mascot characters. It's always fun
From
to
downtown,
watch them.
Block shot.
I remember at one point,
Underneath.
Tom had a friend that his uncle was Benny the Bull. You think that would amount to a story where it was like, oh, I went to a Bulls game and I met Benny the Bull and it was amazing. But it only amounted to Tom telling me that his friend's uncle was Benny the Bull. Which is cool, but not as cool as going to a Bulls game to see Benny the Bull.
Watch the break. Oh.
Yeah, man. Taking a picture of Crunch, any mascot I think should be satisfying, right?
End of the third quarter.
Alright, third quarter's over. I'm down by a lot. Gonna finish this one out and then call it a night. Cannot continue to play so poorly and sully the name of Lumberjack Crex, which has never been really that good at video games on stream. Do I just keep cycling back and forth? Can we just get into the fucking game? What button do I have to press? I was literally about to just give up.
Fourth quarter.
Literally about to give up.
Oh. Hit the J. Jump shot. Hit the 2.
So I think this is one of those games that plays fantastically for its era, but I just don't think it's something that's super easy to come back to.
Hey, that's too far.
There's honestly, if you played this game when it came out, there's nothing wrong with it. It probably plays better than any other basketball game other than NBA Jam, in my opinion, and it deserves praise. It's so fluid. Everything makes sense.
Open J, block shot.
But just coming back to it, there are better versions of basketball that I would rather play.
Shot.
And with so many choices out there, I would choose a different one.
Up in the air, tomahawk. What a great shot.
Well, Eli, if you look back at our old videos, when my brother first started the channel, he started with the Retro Sports Gamer episodes. It was pretty similar to what the Angry Video Game Nerd did. If you watch that, you can see the intro videos that we did for each person. That would probably be something that would be interesting to you, because that's kind of what you're talking about, giving me a theme, you know. My theme was the Pokemon theme from the beginning of Blue and Red. But yeah, you should check out those videos. They are very humble beginnings, which would have been interesting in the alternate timeline of Tom continuing to make those instead of us turning it into this live stream thing. But honestly, I like the live streams. But anyway, that was the end of NBA Give and Go. I got demolished by the Phoenix Suns with the Timberwolves. Christian Laettner, 10 points, 50%. Sean Rooks, 10 points, 62%. Yeah, that's just gonna be it. I can't continue playing. I'm tired. Don't really want to. But anyway, if you follow the channel, you know that every Monday we go to Demon Tap and we stream for like 8 hours. But this Monday, we are having the NHL 94 tournament. Trojan is coming from Green Bay, and we are running that tournament. And the winner of that tournament is going to get free entry into his tournament, which actually happens in Minnesota for Edge of 94. So that would be cool. That's something that I can't give you an answer on because I live at home still. But yeah, you could totally join the NHL Monday. I think there's an entry fee for that tournament. However, whoever wins it gets free entry into Troy's tournament in Minnesota. But anyway, the most important tournament is the Retro Sports League Championship on January 4th. Free entry, Tecmo Super Bowl, RBI Baseball, NHL 94, NFL Blitz, and NBA Jam, hopefully on arcade, will be played in that tournament, determining the best retro sports gamer. It would be fantastic if any viewer would show up to that. But anyway, this has been Late Night with Lumberjack Cracks, and I will come back in probably a week. Hopefully sooner than that. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? I don't know, because I just do everything by the something about pants. I think the expression talks about pants. I'm pretty sure it says pants in there somewhere. But anyway, I'm going to bed. Good night. I'm glad you stayed up until 4 in the morning to watch me stream. Appreciate you, Eli the Wolf. And this is going to conclude the night. See ya. Bye-bye.